have been through total hell.
Lionel,
That is...
Lionel, look at me.
No,
it's the truth.
I don't believe
I know,
it. So
I know it's a shock.
Let me tell you something. You can't be in love with this man because it's not possible. He kidnapped you. You were in fear for your life, for God's sake.
No, it wasn't a kidnapping. I told you, Joseph and I talked about it together. We planned it for a long time.
Joseph?
Yes, Joseph.
Yeah. You knew this man before? Before this? You knew him before it happened?
Before, and when I decided to go away with him, I realized I couldn't bear leaving you alone with nothing. So Joseph and I talked about it, and we thought of a way we could get back a lot of what Cece took. Lionel, take it quickly, please. Get the house back. Start a new business.
And you really think that I could touch a cent of that money?
You don't understand. I want to give you something, a final token. I haven't forgotten what we've meant to each other.
Oh, yes, you have. You've forgotten it all. If you think that saying goodbye to me can be reduced to handing me a suitcase full of money...
No, you're not seeing it the way I meant you to.
Oh, really? Well, just how am I supposed to see it, Augusta? How am I supposed to see that my wife doesn't love me anymore? She wants to pay me off. Tell me how I'm supposed to see that. Huh? Yeah, come here. Come here.
Don't, I'm trying.
Here. Stand here in this so-called circle of truth. Stand here and tell me. Tell me the truth. That much you owe me.
Reynold, please don't.
Oh, please don't. Just look at me and tell me, in this circle of truth, tell me that you can say goodbye to me and that you don't love me anymore, that you love this... What is his name? Joseph? Right, Joseph.
Yes, I'm sorry. You're going to have to accept it.
Accept it? It's not that I can't accept and understand another man wanting you, Augusta, because I can understand that. It's happened before, maybe. I probably made it happen, yeah. And we both know that I have been anything but perfect. I've had my share of outside interest, but I never, ever stopped loving you. Was never any question of that. Ever. I would no sooner stop loving you than give up my life.
For a long time, I felt the same way, even through the divorce, but see, something happened. I don't know. It just changed. It wasn't meeting somebody else. I realized it was just gone, whatever we had, and I woke up one day and I realized I didn't love you anymore.
Hi. I know this isn't the best time.
No, come in.
I saw Eden's car out front. Listen, this won't take long, but I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I was visiting Santana at the hospital.
How is she?
Well, medically, everything is on course. Her withdrawal symptoms seem to be winding down, and
But
the doctors are pleased with her progress. It's just that she's so defeated, Cruz. Her morale, I mean. And I don't mean just the situation with you. Now, please, don't misunderstand me. I'm not here to lay a whole guilt thing on you. But I think there is something we both can do to help her.
what's that?
We both know that Gina and Keith had it in for Santana. Right? They're the ones who put her where she is.
If it weren't just so damn hard to prove, Nick.
Here. This might make the task a little easier.
rather like a trip through the looking glass, isn't it?
Mr. Caswell, so good to meet you.
How do you do?
Miss Armani. Hello. Miss Wainwright. Hiya. Mr. Timmons.
Hi, hello.
Thank you for bringing so many new friends into my life, Mason.
Sure.
And you're Gina, aren't you?
Yes, but you can call me Mrs. Capwell.
Why do you think you're here, Gina?
Because I got dragged. I guess Mason thought I'd take one look at you and think it was a pretty funny joke.
Mason was perfectly serious, and so am I. The work we do here is important.
To you.
Well, to you, too. You may not realize it, Gina, but this is your last chance at salvation. Your last chance to find a better way to live your life.
Who says I need a better way? My life is just fine.
That's not true. You've been very unhappy. You've made bad decisions time and time again. Coming here tonight could change all that. All you have to do is give it a chance.
Well, I hate to tell you, but you're not the only friend I have at the PD. That report was going to be on your desk tomorrow morning, and I thought as long as we had a running jump at it, the more power to us.
Yeah, well, Santana always said that the pills were switched.
And I'm sure that's true. The capsule shells were identical to her allergy pills. When she thought she was taking her antihistamines, actually they were capsules full of amphetamines.
This has got to be Gina's doing, Nick. I know this. Keith just used her addiction for his own purposes. He must have figured he could avoid blame for the accident if he could prove that she was dependent on drugs.
I think we should tell Santana. It's got to make her feel a lot better to know that we are on to Gina and Timmons.
Yeah, but this doesn't point the finger at them. It just indicates that somebody switched the pills.
Hey, at least it's a start. Come on. Why don't we tell her?
Yeah, well, maybe it'll give her some kind of hope. I'll see her in the hospital tonight. Thanks.
It's not as if I didn't know what people would say. What did you expect her to do, the way you live? What did you expect? My God. But I didn't expect this.
Sorry.
Of course you're sorry. You had so many reasons, so many times. Why this time? What did I do this time?
Nothing. Maybe it's just cumulative. It ran its course. We had our time, and it's gone. The time just ran out.
I don't buy that. I just don't buy it. We had something. Almost out of time. I never cared what the rest of the world thought. The rest of the world didn't know me, but you did. You knew me, and you gave me hell, and I guess I deserved it. But I always thought that on some very basic level that you understood me maybe better than I understood myself. You always took me back because you knew I loved you with everything that was in me. See, I thought that we had something so strong, Augusta, that it could even survive my foolish, bumbling mistakes.
Don't start blaming yourself.
I felt these things so deeply. The insane thing was that I thought you did too. I thought in the last few months, I mean, how could we have gotten any closer than we were? Damn it, I can't be wrong about that. I just can't be. Augusta, can you really live the rest of your life without me?
Please don't make me say it again.
Say it. I can't. That's the only way I can believe it. Say it. Go on. Say it.
Augusta, are you all right? If the car's here, we can leave any time.
You, Joseph?
That's right.
Well, let go of her, Joseph, because we haven't finished
Yes,
yet.
we have.
No, we haven't.
We have said
I'm sorry.
everything, Reinhold.
Excuse me. You haven't explained anything. If you think that I'm just going to let you walk out of my life
You have
just
no...
like this,
Reinhold, you
I'm not going to do it. please.
You have no choice. I've started another life. I've started living another life.
Don't do this.
It's done. Don't you understand?
So, where'd you find him, Mason? Did you run an ad in the paper and attach my picture to it?
It was blind luck. I stumbled on her by accident.
Why don't you keep your accidents to yourself from now on? There's something about her that's downright creepy.
Well, I would have thought it'd be love at first sight for a narcissist like you, Gina.
Well, you were wrong.
So, what is this, Gina? Another one of your long-lost relatives washing up on our shores?
Relatives? Please. I've never seen this woman before in my life. And I hope I never see her again as long as I live.
Are you sure about that? The resemblance seems to be more than passing.
Haley is my only living relative. That's a fact.
It's just a coincidence if they look alike, Dad. The resemblance ends there, I assure you.
Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Well, she's kind, generous, warm, and good, whereas you...
Very funny, Mason.
Just kidding. And what do you think, Dad? Lily's pretty special, isn't she?
Yes, Mason, she's very, unusual.
I want to ask you something. Did you mean it when you invited me to come back and live at the house?
Of course I meant it.
If I can bring Lily with me, I'd like to do it for a while.
I beg your pardon?
She needs a place to stay.
Well, that could be an interesting situation. Leader of the flock, bunking in with one of the followers. A little risky, isn't it? Suppose the other lost lambs find out about it.
I wasn't suggesting that she stay in my room. I meant the guest house.
Oh, really?
I think Mary would approve if she were here. Lily could stay at a hotel, of course, but I'd prefer to have her close by. Might help keep me on the straight and narrow.
Well, Mason, I don't know what is so appealing about the straight and narrow. I've always kind of enjoyed the way you navigated the twists and turns of your life.
Dad, surely you're not saying you miss the old unenlightened me.
Tell your friend she can stay in the guest house as long as she likes.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Excuse me.
Mason, Mr. Timmons seems to have some strange idea that he can close tonight's meeting down.
What?
Yeah, a permit. My office is empowered to close down the assembly over 25 people outside if you don't have a permit.
I worked everything out with the county clerk. I think you'll find that it's all in order.
Well, now that we know the local authorities won't close down the meeting tonight, we can begin. Please take your seats. We'll be letting people in just a few minutes.
Well, you can tell your ticket taker there'll be an extra seat.
Why? What are you so afraid of, Gina?
Certainly not you, honey. Or any other self-appointed leader of some crazy cult.
Maybe you're just afraid of the truth.
The truth? Don't you talk to me about the truth. You lure people in here by promising them something you can't possibly deliver. Telling them how you're going to make their life wonderful and happy and everything's going to be fine. Do you call that the truth? And what's a lie?
I don't promise anyone anything, Gina. I only show people what's in their hearts. Well, some say I'm like a mirror. I help people look inside themselves. And if they don't like what they see, I give them a way to change. Is that what's terrifying you? Don't you want to see yourself?
All right. Of course I'll stay. I like a circus as much as anybody else, and everybody loves a clown.
Nick, why don't you go home? It's getting late.
No, it's not. No, it's not that late at all.
Go get some sleep. I'll be fine.
I know that. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Such a good friend.
Listen, why don't I come back tomorrow, all right?
Yes, thanks. Thanks for everything.
Okay, before I leave, would you like me to turn on the TV?
Sure, why not?
What channel?
I really don't care. What about something with news?
Here, that ought to do it. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, thanks.
Gina.
Cruz. I was beginning to think you weren't going to show up.
I said I would.
But it's kind of late, you know?
You don't have a lot of faith in me these days, do you? How is she?
She's wide awake, and I'm sure she's going to be happy to see
I couldn't take it. I just couldn't listen to her anymore.
Listen to what?
Gina, she was shouting and she was saying all these strange things. Nick, I just couldn't stand it. Couldn't.
For Lily Light this evening, there were 2 meetings. One for the general public, and one before that for the general public and also C.C. Capwell.
You didn't ask me what I
Lady
think.
Watching.
Do I dare?
I thought it was really something how she implied that she had actually personally performed miracles.
And the lawyer in you wants documentation.
Oh, no, I have proof. When an intelligent, witty, and even occasionally brilliant man walks around in a white tent wearing a white suit and says nice things to everybody that he hates, I'd call that a miracle.
Instant analysis is cheap.
Come on, Mason, tell me how she got to you. Tell me how she got this hold on you. Pretty cute.
That's enough, Julia. You can't get to me.
I saw the real Mason. I did. I did just now, just for a split second.
I sincerely hope that you haven't made up your mind about Lily.
Why?
Because I know you, Julia, and I know what disappointment has done to you. You've been driven to desperate, even unethical acts. Aren't you ready to see clearly again?
I'll let you know.
So, Mason, what's the real reason?
For what?
Going to so much trouble to try to flip me out. Did somebody put you up to it?
I really thought that seeing Lily would wake you up, Gina. I mean, you have to be struck by the similarity and the contrast. Well, you're 2 sides of the same coin. So much alike, but different as night and day.
I suppose she's day and I'm night.
I should think she'd be a challenge to you, Gina. She's what you could become.
Are you kidding? I don't want to be anything like her.
Hello again, Gina. I hope tonight's meeting gave you a better understanding now of what I can do.
Sure did. You have a remarkable ability to bore people to tears. In fact, you could probably drive a woman to drink.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Hell, I don't. Please.
Here, I only want to help.
Stay away from me.
Gina, I thought it was her.
Try to forget about it now, Santana.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to explain. After what that woman's done to you, you have every reason in the world to be upset.
I guess I better find a much better way to express myself. I don't want you to see me like this.
It's all right, Santana, really.
Why did you come here?
Cruz and I wanted to let you know that we've made some progress on your case. We know that someone switched your pills.
I already told you that.
Yes, I know, but now we have some evidence to back that up.
I am sure that it was Gina and Keith.
Well, if it was, now we're going to do our best to prove it. I'll let Cruz fill you in on the rest.
Yeah, I will. Thank you, Nikki.
Good night.
Good night, Nick. I guess he had to force you to come here.
No, not at all. I wanted you to know that we're still working on it.
But before you get into that, there's something that I want to give you. I've had this for months, and it's time that you should get it back.
I thought this was stolen.
Kirk found it in your house, and he thought that you bought it for Eden, so he took it. Later on, he gave it to me. I never quite knew what to do with it.
Yeah, well, I guess I didn't know either.
No, Cruz. I'm sure that somewhere deep inside your heart, you knew that you were saving it for Eden.
Santana,
No, that doesn't matter now. What is important is that you got it back.
thank you.
Cruz, that's the least that I owe you. You tried to help me. You even tried to love me. I really can't hold that against you.
I'm fine. It'll wash out.
What is going on here?
She was trying to tell me what to do.
I think I'd like to go home and rest now, Mason. Mr. Capwell, let me thank you in advance for your kind hospitality.
It's my pleasure.
Let's go.
Hey, Mason, I should have thrown something at you, too. Maybe it would teach you to quit playing tricks on me, trying to make me think I'm crazy.
Let go of me, Gina.
What's wrong, Mason? You angry because you think I broke up you and Mary? Maybe that'll teach you to fool around with your own father's wife.
Timmons, you brought her here. You get her out of here.
That's right, Cece. Kick me out. I guess it's force of habit, huh? Well, pretty soon you're going to be begging me to stay. That's right. Begging me to stay in your house, and then I won't leave. You just try to get me out.
What is that all about, and what's it supposed to mean?
For one, she's drunk. For two, she's crazy. Not a very happy combination. And I'm not about to worry about it, so shall we go home?
I hope you're packing the number of a very good psychiatrist. You saw Lionel. What was left of him. Julia, please, don't lecture me. There's some things you just never will understand.
Right. That's right. And the first thing is that you can just leave me and a man that you adore just out of the clear blue sky.
It's not as sudden as you think.
It's true. 2 weeks ago, you were walking around like a 7th grader with her first crush. Why? Because you and Lionel finally rediscovered each other and you've never been happier. Then you tell me that you're going to run off with this person who helped you concoct this ridiculous kidnapping scheme. Somebody you've never mentioned his name to me, not even one word. And I'm supposed to believe that you're having this long-term, passionate affair with someone that I've never heard of?
I just didn't want anyone to know.
Why? You're a free woman. You're divorced. You didn't have to sneak around.
I had my reasons.
Right. And I'm obviously not going to hear about them. Thanks. It's good to know that even though I may never see you again, that the bonds of sisterhood are stronger than ever.
We'll see each other.
When? Where? Were you even going to say goodbye to me? I don't even know where you're going.
Julia, come on. Look, someday I will make you understand. I just knew you'd try to stop me.
You're damn right I would have. Oh, God, please don't go.
I have to. It's right. Please. Trust me.
What's that?
What?
This. I know what this is. This is a picture of the only man that you've ever been in love with, your husband.
He's not my husband anymore.
It's a bunch of words. You two never stopped being married for 2 seconds. Yeah, you filed the papers, you made the settlement, but breaking up was the last thing on your mind. All you were thinking about the whole time was how you two were going to get back together after you taught each other a lesson. People don't carry around pictures of men that they're not in love with in their suitcases. People just don't do that.
Maybe I'm just more sentimental than you know.
I'm maybe you're not telling the truth.
I've told you everything I can, Julia. Please let me do what I think is right, even if you think it's wrong. If you have any feelings for me. I love you. I love you.
Why do you have to make this so hard?
It's all right. You can come in.
Don't bother introducing him to me. I don't want to know who he is.
This must be very difficult for you.
It's a lot more difficult than you'll ever know.
You know, I just can't help wishing it were true, though. You know that? You're a wonderful woman. I wish we were running away together.
Well, everyone else has to think that we're running away together. No one can ever know any different than that.
I really thought they were just allergy pills. I guess that sounds crazy. I suppose I should have realized.
Santana, those drugs had you so turned around you didn't even know your own name. What I need from you now is something that'll point the finger at Gina and Keith.
No, I don't know anything I can tell you.
Don't be too sure about that. You have some quiet time to think now. You should...
Anyway, I am going to handle it myself. I'm going to take care of Gina and Keith. Believe me, I will.
I don't like the sound of that.
It's not good for me to care about what you think anymore.
Don't do something you're going to regret. Let the law take care of that.
Hey, what is the difference? They're going to get theirs.
Maybe there is no difference. But if I were you, revenge would be the last thing on my mind right now. I'd be worried about how to prove to the court that I was the victim in this thing.
Yes, I was. But I was the one who allowed it to happen. Now, I'm the only person that can keep it from happening again.
Okay. But no matter what you want to do, you can't do it while you're in here. So let me get things rolling.
Don't you understand? I don't want to need you anymore.
No, you got it wrong. I'm the one who needs you. I need for you to let me do this for you. Please. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little while.
The more I think about it, the crazier it seems. I've got to talk to Augusta again.
It's too late.
What do you mean? Where is she?
Lionel, she left an hour ago for the airport. She could be 100 miles away already.
Over my dead body.
Lionel, don't go. It's not going to solve anything. Lionel!
No, you relax. I can't. What are you doing? I can't. I'm dizzy.
I'm not surprised with the amount you knocked back.
No, don't. That just makes it worse.
Come on. Why did you tear into the bottle like that?
I told you. I've been going crazy trying to figure out what's going on with Mason.
Well, he got brainwashed by that broad. Now he wants to brainwash the rest of the world. So let's forget it.
I can't help thinking that maybe somebody put him up to it, though. I mean, she looks like me. I don't know. Someone wants to shake me up or get back at me for something.
I give up. This is the Paranoids Olympics. I'm leaving.
Wait a minute. I just heard something.
What?
Open up. This is the police. I know you're in there, Gina. Don't make me knock the door down.
Open it.
Gina!
Open it.
Hey.
Open it.
Oh, gee, I guess this was a bad time. Oh, no, please, don't get up. Won't take long at all.
Do you know now why I wanted you to come here?
I still miss her. But it's different now.
Tell me how.
When I was here before, I was wondering how I could go on. If I could go on. I think I was waiting for a sign from her to tell me what to do.
And now?
I have a purpose. I feel like in some way I'm carrying on the sort of work she would have done if she were here.
Mason, come so far. Remember how you were when we met. So tortured. I didn't know if you'd be able to hear me. But that night when I spoke straight to you.
I'll never forget it.
Don't, Mason. Don't forget where you came from. It could be so easy to go back to that place if you're not careful.
Not as long as you keep helping me.
I will. But you must keep your mind and heart on the path of light. Don't be too distracted by parts of your old life that keep calling you back.
The people that knew me from before don't understand me now.
I understand you.
I'm grateful for that. I don't know how to repay you.
You repay me every day, Mason, with your faith and your dedication. I know you miss Mary. But at least you have something to see you through this time. As long as you don't doubt me, you have hope.
Good. So we have to cancel takeoff with this fog. We'll have to hurry. There's not much time. It's rolling in fast. It's going to close down the runway.
Lionel, I'm going on that plane.
You took my picture with you. You've got my picture, Julia told me.
I'm going.
You still love me. Admit it, Augusta.
Yes, in some ways I still do, but there's too much missing that I can't live without.
That is not true.
Do you love me?
Isn't that obvious? Augusta, I would do anything.
Then if you love me, please, let me go. For God's sake, let them go.
If you understand, I can't just let you go.
Augusta, we have to hurry.
You go on ahead. I'll be right there.
All right.
Lionel, I don't expect you to understand, but someday you'll realize it's the best.
You're wrong. We can start over.
Oh, it's too late. There are too many scars. We can't just not be able to stop hurting each other.
Or loving each other. Come. You'll come back.
No, I won't. You just have to stop forgetting now.
I can't forget. How can I forget you, even for a moment?
You have to.
Why are you crying? If this is all over, what's the use of tears? Huh?
I have to go.
This is wrong. Don't you understand it? All you have to do is start walking this way. And don't look back. Come on, Augusta.
Augusta, come on!
Too. It's amazing how often co-conspirators end up bedfellows, isn't it?
Casilio,
You have a warrant.
Oh, this is a social call, really.
No, I don't think Gina recalls giving out any social invitations here. And so if you don't want me to fix it so that internal affairs looks
Oh, that's all right. You can fix just about anything, can't you, Keith? You certainly fixed Santana. You figured nobody would believe her because they'd think it was the drugs doing the talking. Got bad news for you, buddy. I do believe her. I believe Gina got her addicted. And I believe you were in the car the night you hit Eden. Obviously, the two of you made some kind of deal with each other to back up these phony stories.
I believe I've heard all.
No, you haven't heard it from me, not this way. You haven't heard me promise that I'm not going to stop until I nail the both of you. And you haven't heard me mention that I've already come up with some real damaging evidence against one of you.
What evidence?
Wouldn't you like to know? Guess you're going to have to sweat that out, huh? Guess you're going to have to wonder who I got the goods on first. We're going to have fun, I can tell. Knowing the two of you like I do, I'm sure you'll be climbing all over each other to get to me first. But that's okay, right? What's the harm in selling out your main squeeze for a little leniency?
Sorry to disappoint you, Cruz, but I don't have anything to sell.
That's loyalty.
This is an invasion of privacy.
You're right. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I hope you two lovebirds will have a good time. Don't forget to keep an eye on each other.
Yes, it was, and it's good to be home again. But it's only a home because you are back in it.
I love you. Do you realize it's only a few weeks before our wedding?
Still too far away for me.
Oh, it's going to be here sooner than you think. Do you really think we're going to get Kelly back in time?
I promised you, didn't I?
I know, but there's so little time.
Honey, I said I promised you.
We've got to get it before Keith Timmons does.
He won't. I'll see with that. Let me lock the door, okay? Mason, did you get Lily all settled down in the guest house?
Yeah, she's very comfortable, thanks.
Is she tired after her meeting?
No, she hardly ever gets tired. She has an endless supply of energy.
I suppose you saying that comes from the fact that she's so secure in her beliefs.
Possibly. Do you find that strange?
Yes. I find it strange that she has no doubts at all. I mean, is it healthy to be so sure of everything?
Well, you're a fine one to talk, Dad. You've always been absolutely sure you were right about everything. We were brought up to believe you were as infallible as the Pope. I'm sorry. I probably just need a good night's sleep.
Don't apologize, Mason, if it's what you meant.
It's just hard not to fall back into old habits. Lily warned me that it would be difficult once I got back around people I used to know.
Wait, but people you used to know. I thought we were your family.
Well, you are, but I have another family now. The one Lily's created.
Mason, do you realize how often you refer to her? I mean, does she make every decision in your life for you?
I'm not surprised it threatens you, Dad. You'd like to make those decisions yourself.
Wait a minute. Now, you've got to give your father credit for changing. He's changed a lot.
I'm sorry. I really don't want to fight.
Neither do I. So why don't you get some rest? We'll talk some more in the morning.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Oh, Mason, is Lily aware that all she needs to do is call the main house if she wants anything?
Yeah, she seems to be happy with things just the way they are.
Well, if she isn't, she can always rearrange the furniture without moving a muscle. I mean, if Faith can move mountains, it can certainly take care of some tables and chairs. Just joking, Mason. Just joking.
Good night.
Good night. I don't think he appreciated that.
No, I don't think he did. He respects her.
I wish that didn't give me such an uneasy feeling.
Oh, she's a fanatic, but she can't harm him.
I hope not. And I hate to sound like Gina, but I still find myself wondering if Mason isn't pulling something here.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't believe he trusts the woman. How can you trust anyone that looks that much like Gina? Let's go sleep.
I was in public house land. Selection.
Late at night, I'm away, you're not there. I can't get empty shadows everywhere. I want you to know you chase them few nights away. I would take you to a place where we can stay. Into the night, with the wind and moonlight. Into the night, with time on our side. Into the night, running from the daylight. Into the night, with time on our side. Walk the fight through the day when you're not here. Can't believe thoughts of you disappear. I want you to know I need your life.
Here's to you, Lily. All of your wishes come true.
Together we'll be. Into the night, with the wind and moonlight. Into the night.
Tonight, Magnificent 7 Week on NBC continues with some exciting previews from Crime Story. Coming to Tuesdays this fall on NBC, Crime Story, an epic conflict between a man and a mobster. One is the law, the other is lawless, in a savage city torn apart. The dramatic new series from the creator of Miami Vice. It's brutal, it's tough, it's Crime Story, and it's coming to life this fall on NBC.